What's the deal, y'all? It's Rich Green, and we about to get into this little reaction to this P Diddy situation that's going down. You feel what I'm saying? I guess all his little fun done ran out. You know what I'm saying? He done sodomized too many men, too many little women. I guess he got some sex trafficking things going on. So I don't know what's going on, but we about to get into it. I'm watching this video because it's pretty short. Every one that I really wanted to watch was like an hour long. This one pretty short. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like 30 minutes, so we're gonna be able to get into this, like, you feel me, give a good little reaction. You know what I'm saying? Pretty reasonable. So if you got time, let's watch this shit together. You get what I'm saying? It's Rich Green. Let's get up into this shit. All right.
Sean Combs, the music mogul, recently inundated with a wave of sexual assault and sex trafficking allegations and lawsuits, is now the focus of federal law enforcement after it comes out multiple properties associated with the rapper have been raided by...
Nigga, when the feds get you, nigga, when the feds after you, nigga, they got something. So, nigga, when the feds come, nigga, they it's something. They don't miss. The feds don't miss, nigga. That's why niggas be like, I only fear two things, and that's God and the feds, nigga, because the feds don't miss, nigga.
Federal agents. Former FBI and CIA agent Tracy Walder breaks down what these raids could mean for the rapper and music executive. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. He is a man of many names. Puffy, P. Diddy, Diddy. His legal name, Sean Combs. You know who I'm talking about. The rapper, producer, entertainment icon, reported billionaire. He has been in the spotlight a lot over the last few months, and I will tell you, not in a good way. And now he is in the news in a shocking development. Federal agents have raided homes, properties associated with the rapper in Miami and Los Angeles. This is reportedly pursuant to search warrants from the southern...
Oh, they got multiple cribs. So they done hit multiple cribs.
District of New York. A Homeland Security investigation spokesperson told ABC News on Monday, quote, earlier today, Homeland Security Investigations New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, that's Homeland Security, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners. According to NBC News, a source indicated that federal authorities have interviewed 3 women and 1 man in New York in connection to allegations of human trafficking, sexual assault, and the solicitation and distribution of illegal narcotics and firearms, and that interviews with other individuals are also planned. Now, to be very clear, we don't know whether Combs is the target of this trafficking investigation, what his connection is in any way. And we also can't confirm to you at the time of this recording if Diddy has been detained or arrested.
Well, I done heard this nigga done got stopped at the airport. He tried to flee, nigga. He got something to do with this shit. Hey, guns and all type of shit. What the fuck? I ain't even know. No, hey. What?
In the country. There are videos that have circulated online about him being at the Miami airport while this was going on. Reporting also indicates his jet may have left the country. Some reporting indicating the jet is possibly in the Caribbean. We just don't know. And
wait. Oh, God, I ain't gonna lie. I heard a conflicting story because I ain't really looked into this too much. I'm trying to react to it. Like, I done heard he done fled the country. I heard he done fled, like, he fled the country already. And then this dude making me believe, no, it did not this dude. I watched a video that said, not a video, I didn't watch a video. I seen a clip, and it just, the title of the clip just said, like, he got caught, like, he got detained at Miami airport or wherever airport he was at.
This recording, no criminal charges have been filed in connection with this investigation, as far as we know. What we do know, or what I should say our Sidebar viewers and listeners will know, is that this development may not be that much of a surprise. Why do I say that? Because we dedicated several shows to the recent lawsuits against Diddy, his family, associates, companies for allegations of sex trafficking, sexual abuse, harassment, allegations of firearm possession, a shooting, drugs. Now, to be clear, while we talk about these lawsuits today, we do not know if they are in any way connected to this investigation, but we do clearly have a lot to get into. So with that, without further ado, let me bring in right now Tracy Walder, former CIA and FBI agent, national security contributor for News Nation, author of The Unexpected
He got
Spy,
them
was
niggas
with me
after him,
last
boy.
night as I was.
He got them niggas after him, boy. He got them boys, boy. He got Hook on his ass, boy. I'm telling you, that's them, boy. That's boy. That ain't no regular local police, boy. That's them. That's the government.
Dan Abrams live talking about this. Tracy, good morning. Good to see you again.
Good morning, Jesse. Thank you for having me.
All right, your overall thoughts on this raid. What a development this is.
You know, it is quite a development, but just like you mentioned before, I'm not necessarily surprised that it happened because there has been so much in regards to civil cases. Now, I realize that those civil cases are going to have no bearing on the raids that occurred. I understand that. But at the same time, in my opinion, where there's smoke, there's fire. And a lot of these civil cases probably have criminal merit at some point. And so I am not necessarily surprised that this happened, but what will surprise me, and I think might surprise some people, is the sheer volume and connection of any kind of sex trafficking ring that he allegedly may have been running. I think that is what is going to come probably as the most surprising to folks, how in-depth
He's the diddler.
Something like this was, how long something like this may have gone on for, and how many people were involved. Typically, HSI really looks at sex trafficking in regards to minors. And so that's another layer to this as well that I think is probably the surprising component.
And I mean, last night, a lot of people were making comparisons. Oh, he's the Jeffrey Epstein of the hip hop world. Now, again, he hasn't been charged. And even if he is charged, he'll be innocent until proven guilty. Having said that, I'm reading through these lawsuits, and I remember one of his associates was compared to being the Ghislaine Maxwell of this situation. So there are these kinds of connections that people are making. We'll get into it a little bit more. But going back to the raid, why do you think it happened when it happened, right? It's not just because it was a sunny day in Los Angeles and Miami. The timing of this, I have to feel, is very strategic.
Look, you're absolutely right. Yes, it was actually a beautiful day on both coasts, quite frankly, to conduct this raid. I've participated in several raids during my time with the FBI, and that's actually...
These motherfuckers out here talking, it was a beautiful day to go raid a nigga house. They over here, bro, it was the weather. What the fuck they talking about?
Not uncommon, particularly in federal type of crimes, which is what we're looking at here. Crimes that are going to cross...
This is why y'all needed to don't do crime. Stay in school. You see, these niggas get excited. They get excited to wake up in the morning and raid your house and find stuff. Take you to jail. They get excited to take you to jail. Stay in school.
Borders. The key in something like this, in a nonviolent crime, is to the preservation of evidence. That's what is so important here. And that is why I believe this was done at exactly the same time. It's actually not unusual. It's something that is done, and sometimes it's less about capturing the person and more about ensuring that evidence is still there, evidence has not been destroyed, and we can get as much as possible.
Would that mean they had some sort of knowledge or some sort of belief that evidence was about to be destroyed at that moment?
And I struggle to make this comparison, so hopefully people won't be frustrated, but this is actually similar what we saw with former President Trump at Mar-a-Lago, in that they had some indication that evidence was in the process.
Wait. I don't know if I'm tripping. They trying to villainize bro. They already comparing him to Epstein and Trump, nigga. No, that's crazy. They really own some shit with this boy.
Perhaps being destroyed, or was potentially going to be destroyed. And so what I think is, in this case, they may haven't had an indication, that evidence was being moved, was being destroyed. Participants were moving around and trying to, squirrel away evidence. And so, yes, sometimes you have to act under a sense of urgency. I don't know, in terms of a criminal case, what's being built against Diddy, as you mentioned. He is currently at the taping of this show, not under any criminal charges. But it's probably correct to assume that evidence was perhaps going to be destroyed imminently.
And I know there was reporting to indicate that certain items were removed from the house. That's what was observed yesterday, or removed from the properties. I am reminded of something from one of the lawsuits, one of the recent lawsuits that we covered here on Sidebar. It was filed by a producer of Diddy's, former producer, Little Rod Jones.
Wait.
This was for sexual assault, harassment, really disturbing allegations.
I ain't gonna lie, nigga. Any nigga wearing turtleneck like that, nigga low-key fruity. He probably asked for it, but now he trying to get some money off of exposing Diddy. But like Diddy been touching a lot of people. And I ain't gonna say this boy lying. But Diddy Diddy been doing too much. He been doing way more than what we think. He been doing way more. He gangster. He really gangster. He taking niggas booty. He taking booty and taking names. He really gangster. He really the kingpin of New York. Really though. Like, and taking booty.
Jones alleged that Combs has hidden cameras in every room of his homes, and these secret recordings of celebrities and associates that he says has, quote, compromising footage of every person that has attended his party. So the first thing that I thought of yesterday, what could they be looking for potentially if this is a sex trafficking investigation, is whether there's videotapes and the camera system, right?
Right. And so I think, and I was going to mention this, digital evidence is key. Obviously, at this point in time, it's really easy to destroy digital evidence. It's not something that's difficult to do, which is why they went in there and went in there simultaneously. Again, you made the comparison to Epstein. I think, Epstein, he was also recording and also had secret cameras really throughout all of his homes, private planes, all of that.
They want to know what was going on at them Diddy parties. That's what this footage is. All them Diddy parties. What was going on at the Diddy party that everybody been talking about up in the goddamn, people been making all type of jokes about these Diddy parties, but everybody talking about these Diddy parties now. And then they talking about a whole bunch of people talking about they knew his house was finna get raided. So Diddy knew. And he was fleeing. He was doing some shit. I don't know about this sex trafficking. Bro, was it with kids or something? What was he doing? He was doing too much.
And, his client list was more about politicians. Here, I think what we're going to see are clients involved in the entertainment business or pop culture, if you will. And so I do think right now this is going to be a huge web that they're going to have to untangle. And I'm expecting it's going to take quite some time.
He better not. He better not be the nigga making niggas touch kids and shit, bro. He better not been doing stuff like that, bro. No. What do y'all think, bro? Bro. They already talking about the Epstein list. It's got to be a Diddy list. It's a Diddy list.
Go through all.
And imagine if you make both lists. You sick. Imagine seeing a name on both of the lists. Oh, you going to Diddy? Oh.
Digital evidence, because I fully expect that he had cameras in other locations as well. It's my understanding that those aren't just his two sole places of residence and where he spends time. So I suspect there will be more digital evidence.
No.
And by the way, before we get into the substance of any of these lawsuits, if Diddy left the country, right? If the reporting is indicated that he fled or left, that would signify to me he was tipped off, right? I mean, anytime you have somebody...
He tried to flee.
And again, we don't know if he was detained. We don't know if he was arrested. I would think not. Wouldn't that information have come out? Because a part of me thought that he might have been detained, put in one of those transport vehicles, maybe brought in. We just didn't know about it. I imagine we might know about it today. Maybe not. I'll ask you. But also, if he had left the country, that means someone tipped him off, and I think that would be of a concern, right?
Oh, of course, that would be of concern. I was looking at the flight log of, I believe he has a Gulfstream. It looks to me like that plane landed in Antigua at about 9 a.m. So actually that would have been before.
No. I was just listening to a Drake song last night and he mentioned Antigua. These niggas be... No. She know, and I think she a part of the investigation. How she know the flight logs? How she get into the flight logs? You can't just get into nobody's private plane flight logs. You can't just do shit like that. She said she was the FBI, CIA, all type of this bitch is
Or this raid occurred, right? So then you would have a difficult time saying, he was leaving because of the raid.
And we don't know if he's on it. We don't know if he's on that plane or
right?
what the deal is.
We don't know who the passengers are on the plane. You just know that it's traveling somewhere. Well, people have private planes and they use them for things other than when they are on them, right? And so we also know, too, that he was at the Miami airport. There was footage of him kind of seen pacing on the phone. I believe that they had a specific warrant for him, but again, this is just me speculating.
Sure.
I believe if they had a specific warrant for him, they would have probably arrested him at that point in time. I'm not saying that an arrest isn't going to be forthcoming, but I truly believe, and I said this last night when I was speaking with you, that the execution of these warrants was really about the preservation of evidence and less about arresting him. I suspect that may come at a later time.
Hey, we're going to get back.
the feds don't miss, buddy.
This Diddy discussion in a minute. Crazy development. But I have to highlight one of our incredible partners here on Sidebar.
Boy,
I love
if you don't
talking
get
about
your
them.
ass out of here with all of that.
But his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, she filed a lawsuit against him in November of 2023. She ended up settling, but she accused Diddy of not only physically and sexually abusing her, allegedly forcing her into sexual slavery and sex trafficking, but she claimed that he beat her, forced her to have sex with prostitutes on video while he watched and masturbated, but also forced her to carry a gun for him. She also alleged that Combs blew up rapper Kid Cudi's car because he found out that Cudi was romantically interested in Ventura. Then, in one of the latest lawsuits that I mentioned from Little Rod Jones, Jones brings up this event, a shooting that happened at Chalice Record Studios out in Los Angeles.
This nigga is the fucking mafia, bro.
Apparently, he says there was a heated fight between Combs, his son Justin, who was actually handcuffed yesterday, or the reporting indicates he was handcuffed, and Justin's friend identified as G. Gunshots rang out. G was lying on the ground with blood coming out of his leg and hip area. Combs allegedly told his team to tell police that he had nothing to do with the shooting. And then Jones, in the lawsuit, provided screenshots of the bloodstained bathroom where he claims G was shot.
This nigga's a snitch, bro. This nigga was trying to get Diddy in trouble so bad. He was trying so bad. This nigga.
Either Combs or his son, and claims he still has the clothing.
Oh,
shit. Now, again, I say all that to believe if they think that they're entering into a violent environment, right?
Let me go back a little bit. They absolutely would have every reason to believe that they're going into a violent environment. And, really, Diddy's history with violence and firearms goes back pretty far, even into the time when he was dating Jennifer Lopez.
Right.
There were, that had occurred as well. I believe it was at a nightclub. There was a shooting there as well that he was involved in, although I could be incorrect.
Diddy probably got them niggas off too, bro. This shit not looking good for Diddy, bro. Diddy probably killed your favorite rapper. Diddy probably killed your favorite rapper, nigga. I mean, Tupac and Biggie, nigga. That's what I'm talking about, nigga. He probably the nigga, bro. I don't give a fuck. This nigga is too gangster. All this shit that's just coming out. If they come out with evidence to prove all of this shit, because they done raided this nigga shit, bro. Oh, my God, bro. This shit finna go down. This shit, bro.
And by the way, in one of the latest lawsuits, that is brought up. And basically, the allegation was that Diddy was involved in that shooting, but had someone cover for him.
Cover for him. And that's how I
No, bro.
recalled.
I don't know, bro. I gotta watch somebody else. This shit crazy. They trying to make this nigga look like he just gangster.
As well. And so they had every reason to believe at the FBI, and again, FBI is not HSI, but they operate the same in terms of how they're executing warrants and things of that nature. If you believe you're going into a hostile environment, you are going to bring your special teams with you, whether that's a SWAT team, those kinds of things, they're going to come with you. And so the fact that his sons were handcuffed, and I know there was a lot of discussion about that, about how it wasn't fair, that's actually very proper procedure, and that's to ensure the safety of everyone. His sons are adults. They are known to have weapons. They may not have been arrested, but handcuffing them until you are sure that the home is secure and all weapons are secure is actually a very valid and very normal thing to do. Additionally, so you have that with the history of violence and weapons, there's no question. But then you also have teams that have to go in there and process all of that digital evidence that we just talked about. So you have these massive SWAT and tactical teams going in to disarm, and then you also have agents going in there to collect evidence. So that is why this is such a large group of people. Also, Jesse, I'm from LA. This area in Holmby Hills, where one of his homes were, is massive. So you need a lot of agents to cover the entirety of that area. So it's actually not surprising.
And we actually don't know. I mean, I saw reporting that it might actually be associated with Bad Boy Films production. Like that might be the home. So again, maybe it's, I don't know if it's personal residence or it's one of his company's properties.
I agree. That's what I had saw as well, is maybe the registered owner is that. That's difficult, right? Because the reality is he owns that production company.
Sure. Yes, of course. Yeah.
And so the reality is that it's still associated with him, as he is the owner.
He low-key taking the cake, bro. This shit finna be bigger than P. Diddy. I mean, this shit finna be bigger than R. Kelly and motherfucking Bill Cosby, nigga.
Of that company. So look, it may not be his primary residence. I have no idea, obviously, but at the same time, it is a company that is known and documented to be associated with him. And
all these pictures.
And let's talk about the sons, Justin and Kim.
The pictures,
Combs.
they try to make him look like a mafia boss every time, or like some type of like he got the trophy. He like
when I was seeing,
they trying to really like he like a boss, like he like a real mafioso.
They are arrested and charged with a crime. But they could be just detained while the search is happening. Now, I say that, but again, the first thing that I thought was the Little Rod Jones lawsuit. And one of the things he talks about, how he alleges that this past summer, July 2nd, 2023, out in California, claims that Combs had a party with underage girls and sex workers at his home, and his son and an unidentified R&B artist were there. Quote, he is a Grammy award-winning R&B singer who had trouble with law enforcement after assaulting a Bajan billionaire. Now, again, embedded in that lawsuit
out the party
are screenshots of a video taken of this party where it allegedly shows Combs either kissing or dancing almost face-to-face with
this nigga was in there just to snitch. Everybody up in there participating.
Many times in this latest lawsuit, his son is implicated in this
or was he participating?
Wrongdoing.
That's the thing. Why he up in the party?
Just like I do believe that charges for Diddy are forthcoming, I believe that charges for his sons most likely are as well. Now, given the raid and when it occurred, if they were in illegal possession of firearms based on California gun laws, then they could have probably taken them into custody right then and there for obvious reasons. I don't think that that's what they're going to do. I suspect that they were simply detained for the duration of the search and then they were let go.
Yeah, because Diddy too rich for all that shit. They would have been like, hey, we can't arrest nobody. Like, he too rich for all that shit. Like, you got to do this shit the right way. The feds, they finna go about this shit the right way. Damn, I think Diddy in trouble. I ain't gonna lie, nigga, because if they was like on some drug dealer shit, like I feel like if it was a drug dealer raid, nigga, they would have just everybody on the ground, nigga, just taking everybody to jail, take all the drugs, take all the money, like everything. Like they looking for real evidence, bro. Like they finna get him. Nah, they finna get him. They not playing with him.
Again, I'm simply hypothesizing here, but I do think at this point, if his sons had been arrested and formally booked, we would know probably at this point based on public access to those documents, and we don't know that information. And so I just assume that for the safety of everyone there, they were physically detained during the duration of the search, which again is very normal procedure.
Now the thing I don't like is they try to make it like the whole family dangerous, like that's everybody that's not like a child in the family was dangerous because they like, bro, when you in the music industry though, for real, you gotta have burners and shit. Like niggas you gotta protect yourself. Like these niggas is not like dangerous because they look like pretty, like, bro, his kids is not like that. I don't think they like that. Like they not on no gangster shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't put it past it either. Like, I don't know. This nigga Diddy, so they trying to paint a picture of him so gangster. He probably got some gangster ass kids. You never know. But I'm just saying, like, they don't come off as like that. Like, but you can't put nothing past nobody. But shit.
In something like this.
They're obviously been a lot of reaction and a lot of response to that, including in the celebrity route. I mean, 50 Cent posted on Instagram about the raids. Now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done. They don't come like that unless they got a case. Speaking of that, so if we think about
And 50 be knowing. 50 know. I'm telling you, they gonna get this nigga. They know what cause they going and they meticulous too. Like right now, they not doing nothing sloppy.
the possibility of a sex trafficking investigation, sex trafficking related charges, if we go to December 2023, there was a woman who accused Combs and former Bad Boy Entertainment president Harvey Pierre and another person of sex trafficking and gang raping her when she was 17 years old. There was a Jane Doe who says that she was flown from Michigan to New York City, supplied with drugs and alcohol, and then assaulted by all three men at Combs' recording studios. Now, Combs, by the way, has always denied the allegations. And in fact, in response to one lawsuit, had posted, I believe it was on Instagram, enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I've sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do, and he goes on to say, did not do this. Now, again, that was in relation to,
I did not do this stuff. He about to be looking like R. Kelly in the interview next about this. He about to have the ultimate memes.
a lot of these lawsuits being filed. But when we're talking about sex trafficking, Tracy, and we're talking about the Southern District of New York possibly initiating this search warrant, where does your mind go in terms of what we might be looking at in terms of potential charges, potential allegations, and how it's...
I can't wait to see P. Diddy shit. P. Diddy better, bro. P. Diddy better not, bro. He better do a big one, nigga. He better be crying, all that shit like how R. Kelly was, nigga. He better not do no bunk shit, nigga. I'm telling you.
To New York.
So I absolutely believe, and again, simply my hypothesis, he is innocent until proven guilty, that he will be arrested and indicted on sex trafficking charges. I have no doubt about that. And I do believe that he was most likely the kingpin of this. These girls, what that tells me, if it's out of the Southern District of New York, is this is spanning multiple states and that he is trafficking.
All right, y'all. I'm going to just end it right here, y'all, because look, he got a lot going on. Y'all. I ain't even going to cap. I ain't even know half of this stuff. Like, all you know about P. Diddy, like the funny shit, like, you know, like, oh, he be like, he be touching rappers and like, you know what I'm saying, like the Diddy parties and you feel what I'm saying, like little jokey jokes about Diddy and shit. But like, they talking about he obviously was on some like kingpin shit, like sex trafficking kids and like having guns and like covering murders and covering nigga shootings, nigga. Oh man, this is crazy. I honestly can't. I don't know, bro. I don't even know what to say. Like, this is crazy. This is some crazy shit. But yeah, man. It's Rich Green. I love y'all. Whew. Nah. Pray for Diddy. I mean, shit, I don't know if you want to pray for Diddy. I mean, shit, like you said, they said he innocent until proven guilty. So shit, I don't know, but shit, it's not looking good for my boy. It's not looking good for him. So, man, all right, y'all. It's Rich Green. Love y'all, and I'm out.